Got it. Yeah, Chris. So yeah, pretty good seeing all your clips, dude. So yeah, I've been super stoked on that in general, you know. I like how you're doing I like those staircase shots too, you know.
Yeah, the photography is was something I did in college, so I have a little bit of a passion or an eye for it.
Right on, man. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today again for some more epic surf news. Pro Surf Blog's going to come at you in a board meeting format, and we are here with none other than Chris Whitehead from Oceanside.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Chris. So, you know, Chris is bodyboarding all the time. Chris got a few things going on, but I think about a half a year ago, I met Chris online through a friend, and I saw Chris posting some content about bodyboarding. And so I was super stoked on that. That was Jeff Black. So shout out to Jeff Black.
Yeah, boy.
Linking it up. Yeah, so Jeff Black, amazing skateboarder and surfer and everything, just extreme off-roading guy, does everything.
Dude, he's got his whole music, so his electronic music, and also his he's a percussionist, drumming. He's an amazing drummer.
Dude, come to think about it, yeah, well, yeah, he does crazy off-roading. He's a DJ. I think he is either this weekend or recently doing some gig out in the hills, or planning to. I know he does something.
I try to keep up with him, but he's always got stuff going on, and I whatever I happen to catch, I see. But he's always up to something, and it's always something rad too that I wish I could be a part of. You know?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna murder the name of his gig, but it's like the Psy Tribe, or I don't know. They do, you know, a bunch of, I think, techno music and stuff, and they do a big event out by Paula Casino, over by the river over there, Paula Casino. And then, yeah, and speaking about percussionists, dude, you just like jarred a memory out of my head from way back in the day, like 90s or something. I used to live in Huntington and throwing some little parties and stuff with DJs, and Jeff and some other random or different people in the house. They just, a full drum circle just started popping off in the middle of like, you know, DJ music, and like, it was crazy. Dude's talented.
Very talented.
So anyways, everybody, take you to the side there. Gave a big shout out to Jeff Black, man. Right on. So anyways, I linked up with Mr. Chris right here, right? And we went to DMJs.
Yeah.
Look at that sick little handgun right there.
Yeah, this is my baby book. This is my baby book right here. So it is my handgun, but I sit on this in the lineup. It totally floats me. So,
nice.
And this is Jimmy Levine, JL Bodyboards out of Oceanside. So,
oh, wow. Nice. JL, sick. Hooking it up. Yeah. So Chris, man, we linked up, we went over to DMJs. We slid in there. That day was like super, it was small, but it was so like crispy, clean. I mean, just perfect. It was amazing. And I wanted to surf, but you know, the world's how it is. So I was like, man, I better, you know, I had my camera with me. So I said, let me get some footage of Chris. And it was really an honor, man, to get you at least a couple waves, even though it was a small day. But you had great form, and I'm going to share that clip right now.
Oh, you have it? Okay, cool. I want to see it.
All right, let's see right here. Let's pop this bad boy up.
Yeah.
It's just like a minute long, so.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Small, but
look how clean.
I know.
Yeah.
It.
Smack the lip. What up?
Little.
Yeah. Milked it for all it was worth.
Yeah, that was about it.
Look at, even to go left maybe on this one. Oh no. Oh, 360. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here comes the left. Whoa.
So Rolo, maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got my camera. I got my camera in my mouth.
We had all angles on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, not bad for that little time. You know, it didn't have much punch to it or push, but you know, it's anyway. I always say one wave a day keeps the doctor away. So
sorry, brother. I was freaking geeked out right there, brother. My trying to share screen and all that, everything went crazy. But yeah, that day was freaking awesome, dude. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Just to, I mean, you milked that for all it was worth right there, dude.
there just wasn't much there. And I've been noticing is like you in surfing did the same thing, because I do both sports, surfing and bodyboarding, but
Okay.
I get like in this rut, and I do the same maneuver like over and over. But finally I've broken out of that recently. And I've got some new tricks I'm working on. I'm really, really happy how things are going at the moment. So
check. Yeah,
go ahead.
I would say is check this out. So anybody else who's watching right now, this is actually the second time I've gone on live today, and what's cool is that the first time and this time it's all boogie action today. So earlier I talked with another Chris from Oceanside, and we were talking about kind of similar thing about what moves that people like and what you prefer. I definitely am a fan of the El Rolo. I think that is like probably the best feeling maneuver. The other Chris was talking about drop knees, trying to work on his drop knee. What do you like to do, or what are you trying to do?
I'm sticking to prone at the moment. So when I compete, and last year the California Bodyboard Tour and Bodyboard Festival, and I try to compete. I just, it's either it's going to happen or I'm not going to be able to compete. And it could be an injury, it could be a personal thing, whatever it may be. So there's always that, I wish I could do it all thing, but
so how was that event? I mean, not to take you off your favorite move or what you're working on, but
no. So I try to, just like any other professional, or I'm not a professional, but a professional athlete, they have a mental game and they're prepared to walk through those motions. They've got it figured out what they're going to do in their mind. So I try to have my game face and mentally prepared and all of that. Right. But also, the conditions may vary. So, so that's why I serve every day. I serve whatever it may be. If it's blown out, if it's super clean, if it's hollow, if it's small, if it's mushy, if it's high tide, it's low tide, and I'm always like thinking about what I'm doing so I don't fall into that rut, but also like, okay, in the most critical part of the wave, I want to do the most, radical maneuver I can, So Rolos, I like Rolos. I like to do a cut back reverse, and I can explain that. So you're coming up and there's the lip, and then you start your turn and you do like a little slash, and then you break into a reverse. So it's like a cut back reverse.
Right.
And then the Rolo.
So there's kind of like a slashing jerk
so
point,
you come up, you slash, and then you turn, and then you go into a spin. So like it's a slash spin, cut back. So and then the Rolo come up, and then boom, get bumped back in. So the Rolo, the barrel roll,
right on the sand sometimes, just like whoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the wedge, dude. Wedge is like no other. There's waves like that out there, but there's no place like the wedge. And I love how awesome, raw, and powerful the wedge is. 1 to 2 foot or up to 8 or 10. And then when it gets really big, that's a whole nother animal. So
wedge is heavy.
And I'm not scared of the bigger surf. I actually enjoy the bigger surf. So
Okay. I mean, but the wedge is like just a whole different animal too. I mean,
it's so gnarly.
yeah, like it's the
so
size, but it's also the shoreline that makes it pretty dangerous. It's so shallow.
And everybody comes out for the spectator. Spectators come out. It's a full scene when it's like 20.
You gotta have the pressure's on too, man.
Oh, dude,
pressure's on.
I've been straight called out by like people, you brought your stuff down here, but you're not going out.
Oh yeah.
Like, are you calling me out right now? Anyways, I love the Wedge though, man. What a great place.
That's cool, man. So Chris, so everybody, Chris has been doing a bunch of online bodyboard content, and you get, in addition to trying to get out in the water every day, you're actually bringing your camera along and kind of doing two things. Sometimes you're getting some of the just things that are happening at the beach, but you've been providing a pretty consistent surf report.
Yeah. So when the oil spill happened, it inspired me to take to the camera, and I had something to say, and I wanted to voice my opinion about that. And so I just didn't go straight into it. I did like a little surf report, him here at Trestles, and blah blah blah, and this happened, and it's a source, it's a touchy, our coastline, all the wild beauty of our coastline, our communities, our beaches, our sea life, there for everybody to enjoy. But when something like that happens, we kind of forget about it's there, and then when it happens,
like when it's gone,
God,
when it's gone, you're like, what?
Yeah. And I watched the whole thing, and I don't want to get political about it, but I learned a lot from insiders about that situation. And I have to say, it got cleaned up pretty quick, and I didn't see a whole lot. There was one day at Trestles, I could taste the diesel in my mouth, and then my eyes were burning. So, I had to get out of the water. But
that was actually handled pretty quickly. I mean, maybe the size of it wasn't big, but I was there for the Huntington. Well, Huntington had a couple, but there was that major one, and that was like, the beach was ruined for a long time. I mean, it was. And back then, that people didn't really, there wasn't like, like these days, more like, hey, something's happening, nobody do this. Back then, people would kind of shrug it off a little bit. And then, I mean, Huntington's always kind of been a place of like, do what you want. So we were going out there with tar balls all over the beach and stuff, and walk by them and just go surfing. And I don't know. I mean, at least maybe not the first weeks, but like, it was probably like that for a half a year, 4 months, 5 months, and then a year. And then like, there was still like days where all of a sudden, like, you'd forget about the oil spill. Then you'd go to the beach and you'd be a bunch of tar. So
I would come home, and the closest I got would be hunt the Wedge. And I come home, I could smell it on me, and I jump in the shower and grab the Dawn, scrub my wetsuit, scrub myself, my hair, scrub real good. And, that's hopefully, nothing will come of the being exposed, but, it's just,
it's kind of the invisible stuff that you don't really see probably, but
unforeseen.
So that kind of got you going on it. And so where have you been? Like you've been doing mostly Oceanside surf reports, or where?
I do. So I try to and this is the Boogeyman Club. It's THEBOOGIEMEN, one word, Boogeyman BC Bodyboard Club. So on Facebook we have the group page, and it was bringing in traffic. So for the first time, I'm having viewers. I'm getting attention through the surf report. So, and I just kept with it. And then as things progressed, I dialed it in, thanks to Matt Cardenas and yourself, with the help of others, made it to what it is now, So which is kind of cool, I guess, about like everything online, and just like a lot of things online are new in general. So
I think part of it is that there's no like industry and pathway to doing online content, especially around surfing or bodyboarding. So you kind of started really raw. You were just like, I'm just going to do it. You just like just paddling out. You're like, this is what I'm going to do.
So,
and you rolled with it. You had, I've seen you, man. You have the best recovery. You just do what you're crushing it.
I just be myself, Philip. That's what I have to remind myself, is that I'm a character, and I'm interesting, and I forget that sometimes people look at this guy, but that's fine. It makes I am interesting, I am a character, but it comes natural, and I'm comfortable with it. I didn't go live at first, but now everything's live, and I much rather do it that way. So I like going live.
Yeah, so I think it's been a hurdle for myself as well. I mean, so I've been doing a lot of edited stuff and a lot of things that have been like, kind of thought out before it actually hits the internet, and that takes time. And it's more like a mental thing. So I've been telling myself I was going to go live and do this, for years. And just finally at the end of last year, I'm like, okay, let me just roll with it. And I still, even today, like I try to share something, I shared it, fumbled it. It's like, keep rocking. You have somebody on the other side keeping a game face like yourself.
That's what I mentioned about, and we're live.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So what's kind of cool is like, so today's like a good example of like how it's like been a benefit or better for me, is that typically, like I did an interview this morning with Chris, Mountain Corazon, shout outs to Ripper. And so typically that was like a 45-minute chat. We were talking, and then, I would have went back, put it on the, edited the whole thing, put it up, upload it. It would take it forever to upload. And then I would have had to like share it. And, it would have been like, and in between that, I'm trying to live my life. So that might have been 3 days later or a week later. And then, so I would definitely wouldn't have did a second one, or if I did a second one with yourself, that might have, then yours wouldn't have come out maybe till like a week and a half later.
Dude, I would have so many problems with the uploading and equipment. I try to go the GoPro route and everything. What I found worked the best for myself and the club is that Facebook, our group page.
Did you say up in the club? What?
Yeah, up in the club. Woo woo. No, the club and myself, like, it could be frustrating. You do all this work, or you got somebody that come into town to do an interview, and something, a piece of equipment or some failure of some kind, you're unable to do it. The frustration, you put so much effort into things, and you want them to work, to share with everybody, or the lead up to it, and then it doesn't happen. It's like, epic failure. Wah, 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 So,
true.
So with that being said, when I go live on Facebook on the group page, the Boogeyman BC, you can comment. So I get all the messaging as I go live, and I can wave, and I can say hello, and I can message people. They can, that interaction I really enjoy. It makes it so much more interesting on my end. Or like, I'm going to do a giveaway or something, and like, I want to see who can comment bomb me the hardest and most. Go ahead, take your best shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool.
That,
So here's a trip on that note right now. And while you were saying that, I was multitasking right now. I checked this other screen because, so like you said, it's easier now. What happens is today I want to talk to you live, right? So now what happens, I have to use two programs, right? So I got Zoom and I got YouTube. The problem now with Zoom, so people don't realize this, like to do this, it takes a couple steps. So on Zoom, it doesn't show me the live chat.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I have to go to a different screen to look at my YouTube, which is actually on a delay. So I just went there right now to go see if someone chimed in, like, oh shoot, someone might have said something. So there is a little bit of a gap. So like, you're right. When I do it by myself, I think I'm looking for the engagement that I see that you've done a good job with working with. So
Yeah, this
cool.
is what, you know, like they say, there's 10 ways to skin a cat, you know, as long as the cat gets skinned, right? So, this is just how I do it, and it works well for me. It's low budget, you know, actually doesn't cost us anything, but, you know, and, you know, as things have progressed here, we've got shirts now and stickers for the club, you know, and we're trying to let people know, you know, more about the club and what the club is about, and, you know, things like that. And
so you've been broadcasting. I see you broadcast sometimes from this studio setup. I see you broadcasting on the beach.
This is it.
And then I see you broadcasting at a couple local restaurants in Oceanside.
Right.
So tell me about, you know, how's it been trying to do stuff at a place like that, and how is that going? Where can people find you in the real world?
Most of the time I serve, you know, just to hit the water quick, is Tyson Street. A lot of bodyboarders hang out there and surf there. And then when they're coming through the area, they you know, Tyson's a well-known bodyboard spot. So Tyson Street Park there in Oceanside.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah, so my favorite spot is Trestles. I love Trestles. Churches, middles, lowers, uppers, cottons, and then up into the rocks up there. You know, there's a couple little point or peak breaks that are really good for bodyboarding. So
yeah, it's kind of like middles, like that's like the biggest area, kind it's kind of like, what is middles like? Right, I have my idea of what middles is, but really this whole stuff.
Aaron and I, the VP, so I'm the president and founder. There's some other people that have come and gone, but you know, Aaron and I run the club. And well, we share waves too, you know, we pretty much do everything together. We work out, we play racquetball. You know,
so what restaurant have you guys been hanging out at?
Okay, so the restaurants, we started at Oceanside Bar and Grill, the Oceansider or Oceanside Bar and Grill.
Okay.
And they stopped doing burgers and the Angus beef and everything they did. So Wednesdays we had boogie nights, just like the movie. Nice. So boogie nights, and we like to have fun with it. And then letting it all
hang out over there.
Yeah, totally. Like just have fun. So the boogie burger, Hawaiian style, with a beer or soda, it's like $16 with French fries. It's like an awesome deal. So
you guys were doing that. You guys were doing that for a minute, or you guys still doing that
for a while? And then you know, now that we have more light in the evenings, you know, we can film outside, but we've switched locations. Oceanside is not, or Oside is no longer doing the burgers. So we're at Fat Joe's now. So
cool.
We'll do our first boogie nights next month. Usually, or what we have in mind is the second Wednesday of the month every month.
What do you like to eat at Fat Joe's? What's your
Fat
favorite?
Joe's, I do. I've been kicked out of. I've been 86 from Fat Joe's like 4 times. It's my favorite spot. So you know, I'm a local. I'm born and raised here, and I know a lot of people. So you know, anyways, Joe's a friend of mine too, and like everybody else down there, it's a friendly, local spot. The food's great, inexpensive, and the drinks are great.
But what's on your plate though? What are you ordering?
I love the American breakfast on the weekends. So, which I had this morning. You'll see that post if you go to the Boogeyman page.
Okay.
I picked that up, and then we're gonna do the Boogie Burger again. So it'll be a Hawaiian style burger with the
cool.
Yeah.
So like that little you know, burgers, care package meal deal. It kind of can roll with you to different spots.
Well, yeah, we can try different
like which boogie you know, burger do I like? I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll be doing multiple locations, right? So like,
I would like to do that.
Like, hey man, you want Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, you might get the boogie burger might move around like a wave. Right. You got to chase it down.
We're looking for something consistent restaurant wise that they're going to allow us to do a special event there. The club's purpose, why we started this club was, well, for guys like ourselves that, maybe drifted away from the sport, and for some reason we're coming back and we're getting into it, and it's a lot of fun, and that's what happened. It was an injury kept me from surfing, and I got a bodyboard, and I got back in the water, caught a wave, and I'm like, why am I not doing this? So I turned around and bought some fins, and I've been going at it since. So the reuniting with friends, and then the club, well, we're looking for members. Everybody comes, brings something to the table, and our community service, and we want to teach children, now that COVID's over, teach children how about the ocean, how powerful and beautiful, wonderful thing it is, and all that it has to offer us, and how to maintain it, and keep things clean, pick up trash, and water safety, respect with all the fellow watermen out there, and actually how to ride one of these things and do it for your entire life. If you can walk, you can ride one of these things and you catch waves. If you can walk, you can kick your feet, you can get into a wave.
So checking out that little board you got right there, dude. What is what's your favorite gear? I mean, I'm sure you've used tons of different like boards and flippers over the years, but like at this point in time in 2022, what if I were to see you at the shore?
Bodyboarding is a new sport this right now. The materials after COVID, materials weren't really available. It put the whole industry into this tailspin. Like, what are we going to do? There's no materials, we can't make boards. We can't keep our doors open, and a lot of what ifs. So, but we are now. We're coming out of it. Materials are available. Everybody's in full swing.
So what's your material though? What material do you like to drop into a wave on? What do you use?
So if you notice, most everything I own is black. So,
right on.
But
shout out to Jeff Black with that one too.
So but no, I like and I design I work. I've got I wanted to launch my own board company, but I've got a couple things going on at the moment, so I'm waiting to see what materializes and which way I'm going to go. But and I'm all boogie. I'm all in, man. 100%.
But what are you riding? That's what I want to see. I want to see what kind of.
Okay, like say this board right here. This is my JL, and Jimmy Levine, and he's right here in Oceanside. He makes custom boards. So I play with designs. So most of all my boards, typically they look like this one here.
And and just for the viewers, man, you had some scratching of some wax right there too. So are you using same kind of wax that surfers use, or is that a different?
I use right. So I use you can see the tail of this board is a little bit different from what you would typically see. I don't know if you can see all that.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is the V tail, and then I have the Delta tail or the B tail. And so I play with the different designs to find in different surf what I like best and what functions best for me. I'm the 200, 220. I'm trying to get down to the 200, but I was at about 285. I've lost 65 pounds.
Wow.
And cool. Yeah. And in the boards, each time I lose more weight, functions a little bit different. So I'm finding all this information out, and so that I'm when it comes time to, whatever I'm going to do with whoever I'm going to do it with, I have my designs ready to go.
That's sick, dude. And so what's up with the wax? Is it the same kind of wax?
Actually, we got Bubblegum. Bubblegum made us wax for our club. We're going to be selling packaging some wax. So but typically we use like a base coat or winter cold water wax. So
base coat or cold water wax. So because it's Right. It's
Yeah.
kind of sticky or what? So in the summertime, you would,
It stays on the board a little bit longer. The harder wax, the softer wax kind of comes off
Okay.
real easily.
That makes
So,
sense.
it does.
Cool.
On my boards, I don't know if you can see this here, maybe with the glare a little bit. I do like a spider web type shape design, and that's you'll see that on all my boards.
Nice.
So, I do the same thing over and over, but
I'm gonna do that to my elbow with some wax, dude.
yeah, right. So, but like when I like to surf trussels, because the wave is so consistent, and when I'm really working on a trick, and the wave being consistent really helps with the progression of the trick. I know what the wave's going to do, and it makes it a lot easier to learn the tricks.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can scratch into a wave of trussels, man, it makes us all feel good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really a nice place to
full
surf.
circle what you were saying. I would position DK or prone. I'm more prone because that's the class I surf in or compete in, and DK or drop knee is a different class. So I work on my DK, but I'm not really focused on it. You'll see me riding more prone than anything. So, and that's just the class I compete in.
So in the contest, that's actually two different classes.
Yeah.
Because because it's probably hard to judge. So they're probably like, look, you got to go all knee or prone.
Right.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you did both, you'd be disqualified. So drop knee, you got to go drop knee, and then prone, you're going prone. And then there's masters and pros. So I surf the masters. It's a smaller class, and it's mostly all pros. And I'm not a pro, but maybe someday.
But you'll take it to them. Shoot.
Yeah, I give it all I got. I give it all I got. I don't hold back at all. So
that's awesome, dude. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a pretty cool setup. What's funny is longboarding's kind of like that too. So there's a bunch of longboarding clubs, and they all have events. And unlike like the shortboarding clubs, I mean, you're gonna see like pros. Yeah, you're gonna see pros in your heat, maybe, because they're just. It's another place for them to compete, and they.
Well, I'll drop a couple names. Like, the biggest heavy hitter in our Masters division is Jay Real.
Jay Real.
So Jay is a heavy competitor. Jay's an awesome dude. He's got bodyboarding up in San Clemente. He travels the world. Him and his wife, and they run their business. And everybody knows Jay, and he's just back in the '80s. Just as involved, just as a heavy competitor. Nothing's changed. He's a force to contend with. And he's the one we're at.
So is he out of San Clemente, or where's he out of?
Yeah, he's out of San Clemente. So
okay. So and do they? You said they run a business. Is that a bodyboard related business or something separate?
So he's got bodyboarding, a retailer. So
cool.
And the other one in San Clemente, because that's kind of like the hub of bodyboarding is Orange County. More bodyboarders in that area than anywhere else here in California, but also they have 662 in San Clemente, 662 ride shop. So it's a distribution. They've got a lot. So and so does Jay. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. So who
shop around here? You don't see much of the bodyboarding. So Surf Ride does. And Asylum does too. So, and they really cater to the bodyboarding community here, those two. So we're lucky to have those two.
Yeah,
because they say up there in Orange County, bodyboarding's dead in Oceanside. It's like, no. I know.
Well, this is the second interview I did today from Oceanside Bodyboarder. So
that's right.
So it's alive and well, and it's alive and well and kicking.
Yeah. Kicking. There it is. Bam. Yep. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Chris
industry still is here in Oceanside,
Sure.
Maury's been gone for a long time, BZ, but
what fins and leashes are you?
I like So Mike Stewart, the GOAT,
Yeah.
he is the greatest of all time. I've gotten to talk with Mike online a few times.
Dude's
Not
amazing.
me personal, but I really like everything he does because he's real methodical and he's hands-on with the designs. Everything is his brand. He's definitely has a part, and
Well, man, he's he's the best test rider for the equipment, man, for sure.
Role in science. So Viper is the fin of choice for me.
Okay,
I like
Viper.
the Viper. Yeah, the Delta Viper, the M2 and the 7. So the longer fin, the Delta fin, and then the drop knee style fin. So I ride all three.
So the drop knee one's probably smaller.
Short, right, and it's hooked. So when you go to hook your foot up onto the board, you don't have a long foot hooking you up. It's longer on the outside, shorter on the inside.
Yeah, I was talking about that this morning with the other Chris, and I was literally like explaining that of like drop knee, you have to like come up over, and that while you're going down the face of the wave, by bringing your knee up, you get one little rock and it kind of messes up your flow. So you have to be real smooth about it.
Yeah. So it's just like when you pop up for surfing, and some riders go to their double knee position, and then lift the leg up and bring the fin over and flop it down on the deck, like bam, like that. Or you're in the 2 knee position and you kind of creep it up on there. So
I think I kind of try to do the one stepper, you know what I mean? Just kind of.
And if it matters, if you're a competitor, you got to remember they're watching everything you do. So, a double knee could be held against you.
Right.
If you go to pop up right into it, it's not like a surfer crawling to stand up on his board. You're not going to get southpaw. It's like that.
Right.
So, when you pop up and you start jamming and you're slashing and, doing your thing. So that's what they like to see. So the way you hold your board, not really this position anymore. It's like this, so you're like hand here or hand here. And then also no bottom turns. If you're a bottom turner, they call you an old man. So
really,
modern day boards are real quirky. They're not polyethylene anymore. They still are, but they're polypropylene now. They're a lighter, denser, and it's smaller, less thicker core. Doesn't float as well in the colder conditions, but the boards last longer and they're a lot stiffer. So stiffness, these things are rocket ships for aerials. This is 2020 bodyboarding. The PP or polypro boards are made for air shows.
Right. Well, shoot, look at dude. I got a couple of my quiver right here, dude. Some little bodyboards just in case. I know what you're talking about, dude. I'm scoring points.
Right. Yeah. Crease mark down the middle.
Oh.
Right.
Smashing that thing with my knee. That's cool, man. I've had that out earlier. We're talking about boards as well, and the other Chris, he has a Rasta colored one, so it's just got like 3 stripes.
There's some cool stuff out there.
And he was more into knee riding, drop knee.
Yeah.
So
you don't see much of that anymore, really. I'd like to see that come back too. I've seen body surfing. We used to have body surfing championship here at Oceanside. You remember we had the Stubbies. We had some major tour stops here in Oceanside. Not so much anymore, So it'd be nice to see that come back.
In the last chat too, I was talking about, I want to give another shout out to Liam O'Callahan and Kevin Skvarna. They longboard surfers from North County. They jumped into a kneeboard contest up in Huntington, hardboard knee contest. They're just a different flavor. And so like that's another, it's a whole scene that has been doing its thing for a very long time, and they have their own contests, but there's not tons of contests. So those guys offline trained on these boards and then showed up. They did one of those kind of sign up for the contest. They ended up getting entries, and they podiumed.
Wow.
So all the guys, shout out to you guys. So, I'm sure they shook up the kneeboard world, So pretty cool, kind of cross, disciplines, I guess. Trying
Yeah.
different
And
stuff.
body surfing, I think it got popular in the late 60s, and then Tom Mori, in his famous chunk of foam,
So I don't know if do you know Johnny? He likes to bodyboard and he likes to body surf.
Yeah.
And he's also shout out to Oceanside Surf School, helps out with those guys too. They do south side of the pier.
Yeah.
Probably not too but next to body surf. Do you do that too or what?
I do. Most of the time I break this little bad boy out, and everyone, these chicks see this and they're like, "Oh my God, it's so cute." I'm like,
it's like bringing a dog to the beach.
Yeah, like, no, this is a real wave weapon right here. This is serious business. It's not a full toy.
Yeah. You're like, don't play with this thing. It's a sword.
So, this thing is a wave slayer, dude. Like at the wedge, deep and hauling butt, dude. You'd be surprised, pushing off on this little guy right here. You kick in with your fins and this thing floating, dude, you start jamming deep makeable barrels, man. I love it. You know what I mean?
I've seen those things, man. I'm gonna have to try yours out or something next time I see you, because I want to do it. I've seen those little things. There's the trade shows, like surfing trade shows, those guys, I don't know if it's that brand. There's a couple brands, I think.
Catch Surf with the Whomper. There's a few out there.
Yeah. So
Whomper.
I've seen those things. I was like, man, I want one, dude. I mean, they're pretty cool. Yeah.
So 662 or Empire, they're coming out with a 21-inch board. So a little bigger. You
could roll up to the club with that thing. Just carry it with you to the club, anywhere you want to go.
I always keep this in my board bag, because I never know when I'm gonna bring it out. And then I always try to turn my buddies onto them too. So every time I get some of these, like I've had like 10 of these things, and I always give them away. You know what I mean? So,
so how much do those things run?
Well, from Jimmy, you can go to Witt's Carlsbad Pipeline. Witt typically has them in stock. Jimmy makes them as much as he can. It's the materials that are left over after the customs. Whatever he's got, he puts all that material that would be waste to use. So this is the end result of some leftover material.
So what do those cost though? I mean, what do you mean?
About $25-$30.
Wow, dude, that's a winner, dude. I gotta go pick up one of those things.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Right on, bro. Well, dude, that was amazing, dude. It was good to catch up with you and watch your old clips. Pro Surf Blog. You were getting down at DMJs, terrorizing 2 foot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, I was just up in Santa Cruz 2 weeks ago. Not Monday. Last Monday, I was in Santa Cruz double overhead. First time double overhead, NorCal, North Swell, punching cold water. They were down there. They're there.
Headaches right here, dude. On the back of your head, you get headaches. Speaking of Santa Cruz, I got to give a shout out to Zoltan, the magician, kick flipper of surfing. Dude crushes it. Shout out Zoltan, Santa Cruz. So that was a pretty cool trip though. You got some bombs or what?
Got to skate derby, got to do a surf report, the break of dawn steamers, and got to ride some 8 to 10 foot plus surf on the boogie out there. And so you paddled out at steamers. Oh yeah. I don't hold back.
So was it a light crowd?
I've never not gone.
Was it a light crowd or a small crowd? How was the day?
It wasn't too bad. Because it's breaking in 4 spots. So
perfect.
Spread out from the point, and then the peak, and then the inside and then the far inside of the bay. So
nice, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, well, that's sick, man. Everybody, you got to definitely check out his Instagram. Where can they find? Is your report on Instagram or it's just on Facebook?
It's on Facebook. It's the Boogieman BOOGIEMENBC Bodyboard Club. So the Boogieman Bodyboard Club group page on Facebook. You can find us. Do the AM surf report.
Perfect, man. So yeah, so
Live
sometimes,
cam set up too. Like,
well,
I'll
what's
just let it
cool
go
is
live.
you're up pretty early doing it. So I'm a turtle, so I get rolling late. By the time I'm ready to get out the door, I look on my phone, and there's the cam, there's the live cam, or maybe the cam that you did already like an hour before I got out,
Yeah.
got my
Yeah.
keys.
So typically I'll show up, check it out, set up the camera, do the report. And then this is on location. And I try not to do the same location in case somebody tries to bomb me,
Dude, well,
But
so you took it away from me. I was gonna say, man, well, I know one spot is at Tyson. Yo, you want to go to
Tyson, a
Tyson,
lot of
bomb
Tyson,
this
yeah.
fool, hit him
Yeah.
up, jump in his camera. You know what I mean? I mean,
I know,
show me
dude.
what's
It's
up.
gonna
I
happen.
mean, yeah,
It will
and
happen eventually.
and jack a sticker from him, right?
Right.
And and we got to get a sponsor, man, to get on that morning, breakfast coffee or some, a coffee cup with Fat Joe's on it, or some kind of,
I know.
we're gonna get you
Vigilante, something. I don't know. That's a good one, Philip. Yeah. Just,
Yeah, super
gotta have
consistent.
a job.
I appreciate that, man. I like that report.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I
I
appreciate
like the
that.
feedback.
Yeah,
I like the
it's
feedback.
consistent, dude. It's like, it's on. So, because if I look at Surfline, I can get some information, but seeing your angle at like Tyson Street,
Yeah.
wherever you're at, I'm like,
Right.
oh, okay. So Oceanside, so especially people in Carlsbad, Oceanside, San Clemente, if you want to see a better view than Surfline,
Right.
check out this group. We're gonna try to get them to broadcast that on Instagram or somewhere. Well, how come you don't do Instagram?
People do, but it's not for the
Small.
the Facebook's friendly use is so easy. I don't. I don't know. It might be possible with a business account on Instagram, possibly, but I just keep it simple now. But I've considered doing like a whole North County surf report on Instagram, do 2 reports.
I
So
guess like Instagram's kind of small though, huh? Like for the viewer, like it's small.
a lot of people are like, oh, I do Instagram, but I don't do Facebook. I'm like, well, you're probably on TikTok and Twitter too, but it's just like, what does it matter?
Right, totally. Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, there's and then like from this side of it, right, where you're producing the content,
Yeah.
you have to choose something too, right? Like, because YouTube's cool, but it may not bling on people's phone the
I
same.
want to get there. I do, but hopefully soon here we can do that, and that way.
I think Facebook kind of like it does, like you said, it does kind of it finds its way to me probably better than YouTube stuff.
It notifies.
You're breaking up, brother. There you go. Sorry.
I had a lot more viewers in the beginning, and for whatever reason, but what was I going to say here?
Like
how I formatted things and the changes that I've made, and it's really easy. And like I said, and I like the inner reaction, and it's instantaneous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I blunder, I blunder.
Yeah. Dude, that's my thing too, man. So everybody, that's pretty much where you'll find him is Facebook. It's super awesome. If you're local, man, you got to check this out. You're going to get a better view of the beach. Maybe a different spot down the beach where you weren't thinking of surfing or bodyboarding, and go share Chris's waves.
It's live, but that from work or at home on a Saturday, Sunday, and they hear the ocean, they hear the birds, they hear the waves, and they see it. And
for sure.
Wherever
Yeah, right on, bro. Your audio, your mic's cutting in and out just a little bit, but I'm gonna try to wrap this bad boy up, man. That was super awesome, Chris. We are gonna definitely get that Boogeyman shirt sticker. Follow him on Facebook. Look at the little body womp JL version, I think you said. And let's get him some more subscribers and followers, and let's get him that sponsorship too. He's crushing it with the work, man. He's got an amazing, diligent work every day. So thanks a lot, Chris. It's been awesome. Any last shout outs that you want to give before we check out today? What's that?
So big shout out to Action Jackson, Steve Jackson. It's his birthday this weekend. Say happy birthday to Action Jackson. And my VP here at the Boogeyman Club, Aaron Cobb, and Matt Cardenas, Lupe, Opie, and Steve's a member of our club too.
Nice.
All the boys, everybody in Oceanside, say what up. Come down to Fat Joe's and hang out at our Bodyboard social hour on Wednesdays, the second Wednesday.
Right on. So everybody, thanks so much for joining in today, man. This has been a pleasure and an honor to chat with Chris with you guys, share some time. Be sure to check out the Pro Surf blog. We got a surf shop on Amazon. So if you can't find your stuff downtown in Oceanside, definitely come over to Epic Surf News on Amazon, and we get some credit for it. It helps us do our thing and keep it running. I should have a little coffee mug with my surf shop.
I've got one more for you, Philip, and something rad for all your viewers.
Okay.
I got some rad.
I can't. Okay. Wait. So check it out. You were breaking up. You were giving a Black Fly shout out.
I'm California, and I'm going to give you guys my promo code to receive 20% off. That's DAGOBOY 20 Dago 20. Get 20% off. Punch in my promo code. Thank you.
Yeah, that was sick right there. So if you're getting black flies, you heard that. Go to their website direct. Chris, that part came through. You got the coupon code online. Get your discount on your black flies sunglasses.
Right. 30 years killing the game.
Yeah, dude, that's sick, dude. So right there, everybody, that's your hookups. Thanks a lot, Chris, and everybody have a good time and come back for some more content, and we'll be